Talkin Sauce, episode 128.
Looking mad colorful today, dude. Not Dylan, he's a little gray, but you know.
A little blue. Well,
Is it blue?
I had to rock the Adidas hoodie in honor of the new Ye album.
That's facts. Donda. Have you actually listened to it?
I breezed through like 10 songs. It's got like 18 songs on it?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours of music.
Yeah, it's literally like an hour and 48 minutes for sure, and I breezed through like 10 songs. Like I went to 10 tracks and listened, like skipped ahead like 30 seconds.
Yeah. I was driving back from Lake Norman today. Went out and hung out with some of Lexi's friends and like put it on because Lexi fell asleep. And yeah, I got through like 8 tracks and I was like, well, not now. Just not right now.
I mean, there was a couple parts I caught like had some typical Kanye type verses. A lot of interlude tracks.
Yeah, as I say, we got through 5 songs probably, and it felt like it was still the intro,
right.
Just like the whole vibe of it.
Right.
And it's like, I guess it is 2 hours of music, but still,
that shit was.
Let's get to it.
Like,
I agree. It was not that great, but he's gonna change it like 6 times before it even gets album art. I'm sure. So.
Right.
Because did you listen on like Apple Music?
Spotify.
Because I think it like got pulled from Apple Music for a little bit, but it's still no album art on Spotify.
Right. Yeah, it's Black Album.
Yeah.
Cover.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who cares?
I don't know.
I think like honestly, like the hype of, and like anything Kanye's done, the hype of him preparing to make music will always trump, no pun intended, the music he puts out.
No pun intended. I just caught on.
Yeah. So you know.
Yeah, didn't he have like 4 listening parties?
Yeah.
And then one of them had like the baby Marilyn Manson like on
the most recent one
on his like childhood home's front porch in the middle of a stadium.
And I think the baby
and it was playing
on a
like
track too.
What was like what was like the thing I heard? Was it real with like the? I don't even. It was just nonsensical.
I
like
don't know.
It was a sample.
I heard that like they were 3D doing a thing, and I was like, I don't want to find out more than that.
Yeah. Where'd you even like? I don't even know where you would watch it. Like, was it? Everyone was saying they were just like illegally streaming it. But
where does
like,
anyone?
Where?
How does any of this work? Like Kanye went to the Atlanta Stadium
and just lived there for like a week and a half.
And then like, how did anyone know to like get tickets? Didn't he have a thing there, like where people could get tickets to go?
Yeah.
How did anyone know to get tickets to that?
I have no idea.
You know, was it only just like special invite? Which in that case, like
he actually just paid everyone to be there. He was like, I can't. It has to be such a surprise that I contractually need everyone in attendance to not talk about it.
Damn.
And so he basically just paid a bunch of actors.
Yeah, whatever.
he like lied about what it was. And he just put it up that it was like something on ice. A bunch of kids and families show up. It's just Kanye, DaBaby, and Marilyn Manson. No skates, no ice. Everyone's like, what's going on?
They didn't tell them. They told them all the tickets were sold for them. They were just like, wow, that's a really young crowd. That's wild. Is what it is.
Is what it is, man. He put out like a $300 black ski mask. You can buy that.
You did that.
Cool.
That's Donda merch, dude. I don't even think it says Donda on it.
Imagine buying that and then robbing somebody wearing it.
I mean, that's pretty fly, dude. It's pretty fly.
Yeah.
Probably go viral on TikTok.
Not that that's what you need a ski mask for. I'm just saying.
If you're just gonna rob,
if you live in Chicago, you need a ski mask because it's cold as shit. That's cold ass wind on your face.
That's true. Don't want to get all chapped on the face.
But you can get it at a gas station for like $2.
Yeah.
Not
and lie about it. Let's start flipping Donda ski masks.
Isn't that like his mom's name?
Yes, but it's also the album name.
Like,
I'm referring to the album. You know what I'm saying, though?
Okay, so when you put his mom's name on something.
Well, no, his mom's name, Donda's not even on the one he's selling. It's a black ski mask. It's a black cotton ski mask.
Nothing on it.
Nothing. I mean, it might say Yeezy on the tag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's flip ski masks. We'll sell them for like $80.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huge profit margin for us.
Front ourselves as an official Yee dealer.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just put it on StockX.
Yeah, we can do the bionicle shoes and everything.
Yeah. put them up like once a month. It'll be a long play, but like once a month. So
And then we
everyone thinks
should
it's like a
start
crazy
streaming
steal.
and then gamble
Yes.
while we're streaming and make kids watch that too.
Yeah, dude. I have next to no morals, dude. I'm just trying to get paid out here as fast as possible, dude.
Fuck yeah.
You know how the old saying goes: "Fast money is good money." Right?
Yeah.
That's how that saying goes.
That's exactly how it goes.
Everything good comes fast. That's
That's why I'm investing heavily into this NFT stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I've got a crypto punk or whatever that is. I have one of those. I have a profile picture
I have no idea what that shit is.
Dude, I get it. I know it's the same thing as the rest of the shit, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like
the one thing the one thing I think I understand about it, especially the NFT stuff, is that it's inflated as a motherfucker.
yes.
Like
I mean, dude, there's random shits going for like 25 grand. And my thing is like, if you're just some dude, if you're legitimately some guy out there making actually making art type shit, and you're like, this is a way to make money off of it, more power to you. If you're spending if you're spending 30 grand on a fucking like Twitter profile picture, basically, it's like,
I guess my point is that once it's not currency, because once it leaves that person's hands who said it was that, it really loses all value.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll never be worth that again.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike these other currencies that have found a way to, use for other transactions. That's that. I mean, I don't get it, man. Because I guess like in a nutshell, it's like digital Pokemon cards without in terms of collectibles.
Yeah, but it's even worse though, because like with that Pokemon card, like it still like has to be graded PSA 10 or whatever, like,
Right.
and it's still. I'm the only. You can get a picture of this card, but I'm literally the only one with this card.
And these are JPEGs.
Yeah, these are and I guess no one else can get their hand on
that JPEG.
that number in the blockchain, but everyone can. I could make it my profile picture.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so somehow in some fucked up way that would make it more more valuable. Like by us doing that, like your shit's stupid. They're like that actually just tripled the value.
Like
of
wearing
our shit.
fake Gucci.
And you're like, what?
Like wearing fake Gucci. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all fucked up, dude.
That shit. Never mind.
Because apparently you could get them for free like 2 years ago. See, that's the shit that bugs me out is when people are like, I mined Dogecoin back in 2007. I'm like, where the fuck did you even hear about? Like, where were you like?
Fucking in a RuneScape chat.
Honestly, yeah.
Thought it was a meme. Just got way too into it.
Yeah, and then just ended up like fucking cashing out.
Yeah.
Just
years later.
serendipity, dude. Just falling into it, man.
It's crazy.
It's like anything else, is luck.
Dude, let's get into fucking cryptocurrency. Let's have that be the angle of the podcast.
That's what the podcast is about?
It's about our evolution.
Our life.
Let it become our lives because it has to be authentic for the podcast.
But we just our evolution into that scene and then becoming super, super wealthy off of it.
See, like you wanted to stream games, you're just gonna stream like those like daily stock trader guys. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, oh, made $50. All right, we're in on that. Okay, we're gonna buy Bitcoin, and then just
and
like
then
do
be
it like
reading
that.
chat and just be like, no, I haven't seen the new episode of Fuller House. Or whatever the fuck.
No, later on we'll be doing World Poker Online. Yeah.
Maybe some chess.
Yeah.
But yeah, be like the
We're
only
gonna do some slots.
the only thing I can stream besides that is other pretentious shit.
Yeah. That you do some Minecraft streams here and there.
Here and there. You know.
Just to keep the kids happy.
But you're just griefing.
After you take hundreds of those-
Griefing, or I'm doing like in some server with like mega complex builds.
True.
Yeah.
Griefing.
No in between. No in between.
But after you steal hundreds of dollars from those kids, you got to make them feel a little better. Play a little Minecraft.
Well, if I'm,
you know
if
what
I'm
I'm saying?
streaming, I'm already stealing hundreds of dollars from little kids.
Yeah, but then like you get them to sub, and then you also get them on all their bets they make.
Dead ass.
That's how because
Good call.
I think it'll work out.
Speaking of good calls, the Hurricanes, and really the first team in a little bit to make any kind of move of any sort of noise in the NHL offseason, signs Svechnikov. They got it done. That's not even what I was going to bring up.
Oh, I thought when you said like good calls, I know. I guess not. Yeah, I know now what you're going to bring up.
But either way, they were doing all kinds of shit. This was also
Yeah.
recent. Thank you. We're going to bring it up anyway. But yeah.
It's true.
This
Svech
is-
8 by 7.75. Crazy deal.
Sweetheart deal.
What do you think happened? You think they just like on some like dirty cop shit, just like wouldn't let him talk to his agent? They're like, you got to sign this shit now. Like,
I guess here's
Dundon
what
brought some Dallas goons.
Here's what I do think. I don't think they would have him signed by now if it wasn't under 8 like it was.
You think like it would have taken longer?
Way longer.
Yeah, it's true. The number is surprising. I was surprised
Very
more
surprising.
that it was 8 years though.
For that number.
I was fully expecting one of those. The bridge deal seemed to be the new fad. You know, it seems to be, especially guys that we think.
How much was it?
Svechnikov-
7 point what?
7.75.
7.75.
And I think Sean Couturier, like the next day, signed like the exact same deal. Out.
He signed the cheapest deal for any 21-year-old, cheapest long-term deal for any 21-year-old, like
ever,
ever.
Like contextually, I think like
recently,
ever, right?
Yeah.
Like I saw people bringing up like, here's the comparisons, and they're like, there isn't one really.
Yeah.
Like it's
There
very
wasn't.
odd that this happened.
The closest one was like 9
Yeah,
or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good for us.
huge for us. I was really expecting. My expectation was something around like 4 or 5, like anywhere from 3 to 5, and then anywhere from like 8 to 8.5. That's like in my head. I was like, that's where it's gonna end up. And then he'll go to another team at the end of that contract.
I saw 4 to 6, 4 years for like 6 something, 6.5 maybe, or like 8 and upwards of like 9.
Yeah,
9 and some change. Just because of the market. Not really, you know.
the bridge deals seem to be what
But yeah, that's true.
maximize your
age.
value
Yeah,
type of thing.
We went all in. He went all in. I can't really see this going wrong.
Yeah, I mean
The
it
way
would.
he plays.
Yeah, I mean, even if he falls off, knock on wood and all that shit, in the next 3 or 4 years, the Canes can easily flip that contract. Another team will take that on for like just the potential of it. Like, man, this kid was sick. You know what I mean?
No, for
Carolina,
sure.
everyone hates Dundon, poverty franchise. We're gonna bring him here to New York, the New York
Anaheim.
Rangers, and he's gonna take over.
No, most definitely.
So definitely great.
It's great that we got that done. There's still some time left in the offseason for other things to happen. I don't think the Hurricanes need to make too many more moves. But another one. They got a little revenge, a little payback.
Got a little petty.
Very petty.
Got a little petty on the TL.
Kick in Mark Bergevin and his staff while they're down, coming off their fucking fumbling of the goofy draft they had this recent draft.
Yeah.
They offer sheet Kotkaniemi
Mm-hmm. They did.
for 1 year,
6.1.
$6 million,
$20 signing bonus.
and a $20 sign bonus.
Do you think he even picks that shit up? Like, real talk. Do you think he even like goes and picks up his $20 check?
I hope he gives it, like, he tells them to just donate it, or I don't know, however that works.
Like,
Buys
just buy someone a
someone
lunch.
lunch,
Yeah,
yeah.
buy someone on the
eats
staff
across
a
the
lunch
street.
one day.
No, I think it's the Montreal Canadiens. I think have 7 days, and Kotkaniemi signed it or accepted it. So the Canadiens have 7 days to counter, either sign him to that deal, or
They get a first and a third. That's the compensation for
Right.
for that level of offer sheet.
So aside from the fact that this is clear revenge for the Aho offer sheet, this is I think a great move either way by Carolina. One, let's say they counter and they sign him for this deal, then that takes them $6 million out of their cap space that they needed. They
Yep.
were already making him a healthy scratch, I think, in part because they didn't plan to have him return. He would have been a restricted free agent with them.
Yeah, he was a restricted free agent.
He was like a $7 million qualifying offer or some shit, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he was that high.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't remember exactly, but he would have been coming off his rookie deal. So I mean,
Maybe
what is
next
that?
year.
Yeah, his rookie deal is like what 3? I don't know what.
I don't know.
Because
either.
it's like the last. It's whatever the last year of your deal is. So even if your AAB,
like
is
that 900,000 deal.
I think so.
Yeah.
So it's
You
like
signed like 3 years for like
yeah.
900K.
yeah. So
Right. Fucking. So and Montreal needed that cap space. They needed to figure out what they were going to do outside of that. They would have been stuck now having to have this player for a year, whether they play him or not. Six mil on the books.
and they would have to, even after Shea Weber gets put on LTIR, which they would still be like a couple mil over, which means they would have to get rid of another player, but then also like they still would have to fill that roster spot,
Right.
type of thing.
And whereas when they did this to us, they basically just mediated the contract terms between Aho and the Canes for us.
Yeah.
This was a player they had no real interest in keeping, supposedly, and we planned on signing something long term with our player.
Yeah.
They helped write the contract for.
Yeah, we're banking on their cap space, and they banked on Dundon's pockets because their whole
Right.
thing was like they're not going to be able to pay this signing bonus. And Dundon was like, "I'm a billionaire,"
And
it's
just
like it's
a little bit more salt in the wound. Everyone on the Canadians fan side is like, "Oh, we'll have fun taking this third line center." Well, we're already paying a third line center $6 million in
So
Jordan
what's
Stahl,
up,
so
son?
suck it. Secondly, again, you're talking about Dundon in his pockets. We got $6 million to throw at a third line potential left winger for us. You can fucking suck it.
yeah, dude. The salt was hilarious. People just
Oh,
trying to like
man.
make it look like a huge L for the Hurricanes, and like it could in the sense that he sucks and we're paying him $6 million, but it's like then we just won't qualify him. Like we did this because fuck you. They're like
We needed to
people-
cover some cap space, I think.
Yeah, and people were like, "What are they gonna do? Just let him walk next year?" It's like they don't give a fuck. I don't
And
think.
to
I
the
don't-
picks again. We've been picking.
Yeah, got a lot of.
I don't
picks.
think I obviously like everything. This is the team who, though I'm still not agreed to the move whatsoever, signed Tony DeAngelo.
Yes.
It seems like there's not many moves they make without, at least internally, in their eyes, a good reason.
We don't give a fuck, right? All right, do it.
Yeah, straight up. So this does look like a good move on paper though for the offer sheet.
Because even if they do sign it, then they're next year. You know what I'm saying? If you sign this offer sheet, like you can't. If you're Montreal, I don't think you can let him walk next year. Just because, like, why'd you even do it to begin? Why didn't you just take that first and a third? It would just be a dumb GM move. So if they do sign him, his qualifying
You want to lose
offer-
now or lose later?
It's like, yeah, his qualifier next year is another $6 million.
Yep.
So, and obviously they could
I
work
think
out.
that's what the people were saying. I think it would be like $7 million because he would have just gotten paid $6.
Yeah.
The qualifying offer would be like at a minimum $7 or
Yeah.
something like that.
So, from the Hurricanes' eyes, like if we let him walk, it's like you gave a first and a third to have a guy for a year that sucked. And you paid him $6 million. It's like, yeah, but then on the other hand, we've also made so many picks in the last couple years. We're banking on the fact that our first round pick, because you have to give up your picks, not another team like you traded for their first and a third.
Right.
Yeah. So we're banking on our picks being
Late first round.
and even this year we traded our late first round back into the second round.
Right.
Like, so
Right.
now, do you think Montreal will match? That's kind of what I've been.
No.
You don't think they will? You think we're gonna get Kotkaniemi?
Mm-hmm. They might.
It'd be kind of sick. They might, but it seems like
It seems like they can't afford to.
they can't afford to.
And they
And
don't
to
want
be
to.
fair, he has not played up to being a $6 million player.
No.
You know what I mean? At all.
Mm-mm.
At all. I do hate it's because it's such a different situation. All the people saying like, "Oh, we'll pay this guy $6 million a year." Sorry, I guess I'm stuck in my throat. But we wouldn't pay Dougie. Like we'd only want to pay Dougie like $400,000 more.
Right.
And it's like, I see what they're saying, but also 1 year versus Dougie wanted like 8 years. You know what I mean?
There's just so many different metrics. There's
so many
different metrics.
And I think the teams, except outside of like guys like Aho and Svechnikov, have leaned to the side of wanting a little cap flexibility, shorter deals. If they're, we've gotten good deals, but if they're market value, it is what it is. We
Yeah.
just want to be done with it within like 4 years.
Obviously, aside, they've made some moves that fans don't agree with. Letting Ned
Yeah.
go, letting Dougie walk, the TDA signing. Not many fans seem upset about this offer sheet move, but there definitely seems to be some real deep Moneyball type shit going on.
Oh, yeah.
In the front office over there.
Oh yeah, Excel's working.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see how this all shakes out come I guess next postseason, really.
Yeah, yeah. Because then it'll be to the point of seeming to be interesting. It'll be Natchez next year as an RFA. And does this turn into like every couple of seasons pissing match between Montreal and Carolina?
So I think just using the Montreal acquisition here, I think that's another thing people are saying is like obviously Natchez is looking strong in general with his development, but these two players, right? Ben gives you an option. One's not working out.
Yeah.
Here's the other one.
Yeah, that's true. That is very
Hence letting Kotkaniemi walk.
true. I'm gonna get it out of there eventually.
Yeah.
But I would love though, because all when Montreal did it to us. Everyone's like, this hasn't happened since XYZ. In like 15 years, it'll be like, no one's really done it except for like these 8 years where Montreal and Carolina did it back to back to back to back to back.
I love
and
it.
just stole players back and forth. And then no one's done it since.
And they're fucking offer sheeting third string goaltenders.
They're giving it gets just absurd. Just turns into rich guys like throwing money at each
That's
other.
awesome.
He's like, I signed this guy to a $12 million deal.
DONDA and fucking Bergevin ended up playing horse over it for $100 million.
It stopped even being about hockey. I don't.
Never was about hockey. Is that the Hurricane shit?
I think that's pretty much it, man. It'd be kind of. But I guess, do you think Kotkaniemi will be like a winger once he comes over?
We have a lot of centers.
Because I don't see him beating out. He's not beating out Aho. He's not. I mean, he's not beating out Aho, Troach, or Jordan.
Nope.
So do we want to put him on the fourth line, or
Nah, see, I don't
you
think
throw him on like someone's wing?
You throw him on someone's wing.
Just
I
let
mean,
him
look
go
at
to work.
Natchez. He could play center, but he's pretty much become a full-time winger.
Yep.
Same kind of deal.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he'll play. He will play winger. He'll play probably third and maybe some power play.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It kind of seems almost like when Lindholm went to Calgary type of thing, where it's like stunted growth from the organization, where it's like he's only putting up. I mean, I think Lindholm's done better than Kotkaniemi at this point, but
No, I see what you're saying.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
High
yeah.
draft pick, hasn't super panned out, gets a little change of scenery, and it's like, oh no, this guy's he is
pretty
what
good.
everyone always thought he was.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's a good comparable, I think, in
That'd
terms of
be-
just potential stardom.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
excited to see it, dude.
Call of Duty, professional
Call of
COD.
Duty.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it
Roster mania is in full effect.
blew the fuck up like yesterday.
Blew the fuck up yesterday. Starting with the well, here, leading in, before we, Crim.
Yeah, start like sequentially.
Crim's off Dallas.
Crim's off Dallas and Vivid off Dallas as well.
Yep. Who else? I'm trying to think. I don't think is Clay staying with New York?
It's still like up in the air, I think.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Was there any other big moves or anything like that? I don't.
Nothing
think
like-
anything else been,
I mean-
it's been like announced or is like
Crim 6 the biggest,
right.
for sure.
And then after that, I don't think FaZe is changing at all.
No. nah.
Motherfucking Envoy. Envoy got dropped / left from Optic Gaming. Very, very surprising.
Yeah,
Do you think he got dropped?
he did. Like it.
Did he? Is that
He
what happened?
did. Scump like went on a stream the day that it happened. It had already happened then, like right before his stream, and then everyone found out the next day, and so we streamed after that. And so what they had dropped Formal and Envoy. We'll get into the Formal thing, but then so he was going to stream. Envoy was like, "You're about to stream. Like, I won't tweet it out till tomorrow, just for like, so you're not getting bombarded and shit in your chat just about this. What the fuck's even going on?" So it seemed like pretty mutual. He goes UFA and all that, and then Formal gets dropped and then decides to retire, which is pretty fucking sad, bro. That was like, damn, because it's one of those things where it's like everyone, probably even him, kind of sees the writing on the wall, and he goes like, I don't think like this is where I want to be. Hopefully he stays with
I think
Optic
well,
like, for content and
in
shit.
reading his tweet, his twit longer about it, he had said he was gonna. That's something he enjoyed and he was gonna continue doing. So I think he's gonna. That's like gonna be his job. Right? He's
Yeah,
gonna be a
but I
content
just hope he
creator
does
under Optic.
stick with Optic for doing it. Doesn't try to.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think he is. I think he's gonna stay like on the podcast, kind of like Maniac.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's just gonna be his role.
and
And
then
that makes sense for him. He's a very low key kind of guy.
but also just he's been such a star of the content, even
that brand.
Yeah, even in season where it's like if this is all he's doing, you just like streaming and fucking being in the videos and
Right.
being on all like the pre-shows and shit. I mean, it's gonna be
Definitely.
gold.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of shake up with the Optic roster.
And then the
A lot of
bigger
potential.
news, the bigger rumors.
So the rumor is that apparently Optic themselves might be leaving out from under NRG Gaming. which is the overhead umbrella ran by Andy Miller.
Which I've been hearing about for like a while now.
I thought Hex, maybe he stopped for being one, but I thought he was like a co-owner of that. Maybe he isn't anymore.
I think I don't know exactly how the deal worked, but I think when he brought Optic in, it was like they got bought, but he got % equity in the company, and then he wanted to divest and then divest from Optic.
Gotcha.
And did you read that article where it was talking about? It was the one you sent.
No, I didn't read it.
Where it's talking about, so even this past year, Hex got permission from the CDL and permission from NRG, where he was going to be the sole funder of Optic, pay all the salaries, do all that. Basically, like, we're still technically in this, but we're not. You know what I'm saying? For contractually, we're in this, but we're not in this right now. And NRG was like, yeah, cool. You have like, we'll give you. Like, I think it was like a 4-month period. If you can find a buyer, another investor, do your thing. He couldn't. Didn't end up being able to afford to payroll all of Optic on his own. NRG had to step back in, and now it looks like him and Envy, the team that, or the organization that owns Dallas Empire, are gonna. I guess the part I'm confused about is if he's trying to sell Optic again, which would be weird to me since he just got it back a year ago. And it seemed like it was his shit.
Well, I think it's less that rather. I mean, he might have to sell a stake, but I think it's like similar to it's a company, right? That needs corporate backing.
Yeah.
And Envy is a company that could potentially provide that. I think is the difference. I think, but also just like a lot of things within Hex's brand, Hastro, the owner. And the guy who runs that over there, their roots go deep in just the video game scene.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that relationship comes from, in the desire to work together.
Yeah.
So, but I guess like regardless of what that role is or would be, it just makes sense.
No,
right?
It makes sense that it happens. It would just and it's probably just the wording of like the tweet where the information got leaked, but it seemed like it said he was selling it, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, I don't see that happening, but it's probably just the wording of the leak.
Yeah, I mean, he probably has to. He probably does have to, like, give some stake again, like some stake in it.
Similar, I'm sure, to however the NRG shit. So.
Right, and with them being boys, he'll probably take like 5% or some really small slice that he doesn't. He'll feel comfortable taking, and that he doesn't have to take.
Yeah.
Right, so his boy can thrive.
Yeah.
And then. And then I have to deal with whatever they don't want to deal with at NRG.
Yeah. Well, just being in business with his boy, I guess, type of thing.
That too.
And then, and also kind of merging, from their perspective, I mean, it's merging the two of the biggest brands in the league.
Yeah.
Dallas and Optic, and it's like that, the type of influence they're going to have on the league at that point is going to be even bigger too.
True.
Where it's like, listen, motherfucker, like, we were, 25 and 25, but now we're 50. Like, we got the Dallas and like it's all us. We got all the control. We got Scump. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
It's nuts. So people were saying like on quickly on paper you have a roster that looks like Scump and Dashy,
Shotzi and Illy, which is pretty fucking disgusting. At least Shotzi and Scump is pretty fucking nasty.
It is
just on paper. And the reason I think I feel like this is definitely going to happen is because the people that got dropped off those rosters, everyone that I've heard from, it's like, in like as far as other personalities in the league that have talked about it, this was something that like nobody knew about in the sense that like I think if like Scump and Dash who were like, we want to drop Envoy, or Shotzi was like, I want to drop Crim, like I feel like there's rumblings when it's amongst the players, everyone kind of knows. And everyone will like act surprised, but they always knew. But everyone has been like, we had no idea, which makes me think that like this is Hastro and Hex being like, we're gonna do this. Hex going to Scump and being like, yo,
we gotta make a move.
Like, listen, this is happening. Now it's time. Like, here's what I think we should do. What do you think? Type of thing. And then from what Scump was saying, like, Formal got dropped, and Scump was even like, I didn't think he was going to retire, especially not the next day. Like, that was crazy. But then Envoy being so cool about it, it seems more like Hex was like, yo, like, business is business. You're like, I love you. You know what I'm saying? You'll always be a part of Optic, but it's fucking is what it is. And Envoy being so cool about it does make it seem like, you know.
Well, I mean, I'm always gonna have a lot of potential to play.
Oh, yeah.
and team
I think he's going
lead a team.
My prediction: LA Thieves, bruh.
Interesting.
I think they're gonna get rid of Slasher and John, and then it's gonna be Octane and Envoy playing with Kenny and Draza, which is a pretty fucking disgusting team on paper too.
Team also, yeah, man. Wow,
it's gonna be crazy, bro.
Nice, very good.
Be crazy.
Very, very good. And then a little bit on Call of Duty too. Vanguard.
Yeah.
Some gameplay's been out with the alpha, little 2v2 type shit.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the look of the gameplay?
I mean, I think it. I'm hoping, you know, we're only seeing these maps right now, and the whole situation, like it all kind of. I don't know if you've seen. It's like an arena.
Yeah.
And you can like watch everybody type of thing. So they all kind of look
The same
right now. So I'm hoping once we get, you know, the other 16,
20.
that we see a little bit more color. I know they've already been addressing some issues.
They're very dark.
Yeah, very dark. They've already addressed like a bunch of stuff, like, you know, just like alpha shit. You know what I mean? Alpha game shit. I don't know. You know,
I mean, it's got that gray, muddy palette that a World War II setting would have.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, but it's also like, would it have that just because like movies have always just done that? You know what I mean? Like there was still color back then.
What do you think?
Like my angle.
I mean, if it's realistic, yeah, it'd have color. But
Well, nah, you know, the shit where it's just like motherfuckers foggy.
No,
no, I
know.
get the aesthetic.
Like, have you
like
guys
some real Saving Private Ryan type?
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, but also like
it's a movie.
have you seen Glorious Bastards? Like,
I have. It was green.
You mean a Quentin Tarantino movie who's known for just doing the wildest shit he can?
That's what I want Call of Duty to do. Dude. It's just fucking wild shit. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna play it. The shit that pisses me off is they're saying there's not gonna be a FOV slider for console.
get fucked.
But it's like, bro, like Cold War had that. Everyone hated Cold War. Cold War had that. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know what
they
to
did
tell you.
change Ghost. Doesn't work when you're not moving. That's the thing in the game. And apparently the footsteps are way quieter.
Oh,
So,
God.
I mean, but like it should be like within like 5 feet of you. Like, oh, I hear that motherfucker on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
Type of thing versus like, oh, he's
You
gonna
shave
be
across the
he's
map.
3 hallways down, Right.
Right.
so we know he's gonna be coming through this door probably in about 25 seconds. We'll just wait.
Right.
Like, and then it should, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, the Champion Hill thing was a little underwhelming. I was
Yeah.
a little excited for it, but I don't know.
Oh, it's only on PS5 too.
That's
so,
true.
I mean, you know what I mean. Not many people can play it.
That's true.
Um,
But even just like the whole loop of it is just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like,
it'll get stale really fast.
yeah.
Very for sure.
I was hoping, like, I don't know, with the buy system, I feel like there's the potential to really, I don't know, it make every game feel different.
like a zombies match.
Well, like a zombies, but more like a Counter-Strike style game where like you're buying everything that you use, and if you die, you don't get money, and you don't get to buy your shit again, type of thing. But it just seems, I don't know, everyone just sits in the back and waits. From what I've seen, we'll see. We'll see when the game comes out. I'm really just interested in how the competitive level of it's gonna play at this point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not that I ever play that league play shit, dude. I'm not
No.
doing that. Dropping solo into that shit, dude. Fuck
Fuck
that.
that. Fuck
Fuck
that.
that. I don't want to talk to anybody
No.
random online.
Hell no. Hell fucking no.
Have some fucking
Unless it's
14-year-old scream at me over the.
Unless it's VoIP and Tarkov, and I got him cornered. And I'm just like, fucking, you fucking bitch. I can't wait till they add VoIP.
You think they're going to?
Oh, they are.
Oh,
they're,
like-
they're trying to figure it out right now.
I didn't know if you would think it would kind of take away from immersion.
I mean, I guess it potentially could, but it also.
They make you learn. Like we'll cut your mic if it's not Russian. Actually.
I mean, no. I mean, it will take away from immersion, and then it'll also help with immersion.
You just fucking got like Google Translate up to your microphone.
Or just being like,
Pussy.
you know, they're gonna be like, you know, we'll say whatever. I'm gonna be like holding the corner, and I'm gonna be like, fuck you, motherfucker. Like, just yeah, just like, but just like on some real like, come out the room, go get got.
It'd be hilarious.
It's very immersive. What else?
I don't know, man.
What other sort of shit?
What's been going on, dude? Fucking
What if?
anything? What if?
What if? Holy
Past
shit!
Wednesday?
The latest What If episode was pretty fucking insane. Basically,
Pretty goddamn wild.
the Watcher asked the question: what if all the Avengers you knew, the original five, died? Just fucking
Original
died.
6.
Original
Widow
6.
and
So there's
Boy
this
too.
point in the canon called Fury's Big Week where he essentially has to go and deal with each of the first 6 Avengers, and he kind of recruits them all, more or less. And during this time, he goes and meets Tony Stark's Iron Man with Natasha, and he's already has this poison from the Palladium that's like using to power his Iron Man shit. And in Iron Man 2, they give him a fucking dose of some shit to cure it. Well, in this, someone switched it out for all spoilers. Someone switched it out for a poison. Kills him.
Damn.
Dies right there. And like they're taking like these scenes animated from the movie, and then like just these change moments.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you feel like you're watching the movie again, but if it happened different, it's crazy. And then with motherfucking Hulk, that shit was wild because really they rarely reference the old Hulk movies, and they literally reanimated the same fucking scene from when the army confronts him in the Edward Norton fucking one, and shit's going down, and then all of a sudden motherfucking Hulk starts like getting big, like puffing up. Motherfucking Hulk explodes like a big puff of green mist. It was gross. And who else died?
Thor.
Thor died. Damn. Oh yeah. So in the scene in Thor, when he goes to get his hammer, he breaks through the shield stuff, and he goes to pick it up, and he can't because Odin had taken his powers. Well, in the original movie, it's Coulson who tells Hawkeye to not, shoot and stand down and stuff before, it's like lets Thor go get the hammer and shit. Fails, and they arrest him because he's just, at that point he's just like so disappointed in himself that he couldn't pick up the hammer.
Yeah.
Well, this time it's Fury telling Hawkeye to hold. He wants to see what happens, but Hawkeye's hand slips. Arrow shoots, kills Thor.
Dang.
And then Hawkeye goes to jail, and they put him in jail, and then they find Hawkeye dead. They just like find him dead. They're like, "What the fuck this time?"
What is this then?
And then someone sneaks up on Natasha. She figures out what's going on at the last second, but she gets got. Right? Sends Fury a message. Oh, at this point, Loki's invaded, and he's like, "Where's my brother? Y'all killed him. I'm gonna come fuck this shit up."
He's got the whole Asgardian army behind him.
And they're all
It's
with it
intimidating.
because Thor's dead.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, Loki was trying to use Thanos.
This
to
was
take over
before
Earth.
Loki started tripping,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This would have been real early in the Thor
It would have
movie.
been like right around, because at that point he was already in cahoots with Thanos when Odin had taken Thor's power. Hence why the hammer was on Earth.
Fair enough.
But he didn't have the Chitauri. He didn't have the Chitauri with him, so he didn't have time to get all that going. But he definitely wanted to conquer Earth. Hence what he was going to do. So he's like, "I'm gonna conquer Earth," and then Nick Fury's like, "Well, hold on, help me figure out what the fuck's going on," basically, right? Because I think they get attacked too during the shit. So fucking they work out a plan. Fury goes to the spot. Turns out it's fucking Hank Pym, who's the fucking what's the actor name? It was Michael Douglas.
Oh yeah.
Turns out it's Michael Douglas. So Ant-Man, right? Ant-Man is the Pym tech is the shit that like the shrink tech.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they do the nano shit, quantum realm shit.
How's it go?
What's that again? There was in this universe, his daughter got, so he wanted to get revenge. So that's how you didn't know like how everyone was getting killed. He went into the antidote that was in Tony or something. Fucked it
He
all
like
up.
went to the syringe and then like
Did some shit.
like put the poison directly onto like his blood cells.
Yeah,
and
he like
shit.
took the poison cell and like doing like the square peg, square hole shit. And then the Hulk shit, he went to his bloodstream and he threw it in an enlarging disc at his heart, and that's why Hulk got so big. It was pumping blood to all the parts of his heart.
Oh wow.
It was gross.
Gotcha.
And then in the breakdown I was watching, they like slowed it down frame by frame, and when he burst, he actually burst at the seams of his muscles.
Gross.
Super gross. Good details.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah. And then
Some kid got paid like $35 for 2 months of work doing that.
yeah. Deadass. And then when Thor died, when he flew himself at Clint's fucking hand and just made Clint loosen his grip because he has like the strength when he's still small. You feel me? That's the whole deception.
He basically like shot himself at his finger like a bullet.
Yeah. So he didn't know why he let go.
Ouchie.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then so then they kick his ass. Basically, they whoop his ass. The old man. Once they figure out it's him, and then Loki's like, all right, and Fury's like, all right, so we good? And Loki's like, nah, I'm still.
I'm glad we did that. That was fun.
Yeah.
But
There's nothing to stop me from taking
I'm
it
God.
over. And then he does. That's the episode?
Well, he takes over Earth, and then the final scene cuts to Nick Fury, and I forget his name, but the other guy talking to Nick Fury.
Coulson?
Yes. And he's like, there's one more Avenger. This was after he was like, there's one more Avenger talking about him. He's like, yeah. Goes back to the ice wreckage where Captain America is still frozen and hasn't been recovered yet. And so that's the final scene is him wiping away the ice, and you see the Captain America shield.
Captain Marvel shows up.
Oh yeah, and then it cuts back and Captain Marvel's just behind him. She's like, "So we gonna do this or what, bro?" Yeah,
Because he hit the pager.
Yeah, dude.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because the glove box.
I think
and the pager.
what it's setting up is it's setting up these other heroes, T'Challa, Star-Lord. So it's setting up these other motherfuckers to all be the Avengers together somehow.
I believe it.
Which is crazy.
So are the episodes going to start being sequential then? Is that?
I think they're gonna. The idea is they're gonna just set up a lot of pretense for future movies and maybe series.
No, I think within the show though, I think
Is it gonna come to a head?
Well, there's a trailer clip where it shows them doing that same pose from like the original Avengers movie with a bunch of motherfuckers who are like not, you know what I'm saying, but like
it's true.
So just take all these, substitute in.
True.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen. It just makes sense.
Probably
And
be
also
like,
Josh is saying it's going to happen.
You heard it here first.
He has the inside scoop. He just got someone at Disney killed by leaking that, actually.
like 3 people just died.
3 people just died.
We haven't even put this out yet.
Yeah, they're plugged the fuck in.
We do it.
I think we done it, man.
We did it. Jacob,
What's up, dog?
where can they get us? They want to get us.
If you have a prediction on where Envoy's going to end up in the CDL, let us know. Hit us up at Talkin' Sauce Pod, _ respect. The _, if you're watching, like, subscribe. Hit the bell. Podcast every Monday. Scrum every Wednesday. You can get me at JCobb, JAY_COBBB. Josh.
You mean a TCAB?
Dylan.
Find me on Reddit at UTBagsYMom 69420 lowercase x. Capital X, that's UTBagsYMom 69420 lowercase x. Capital X.